Trump arrives in Ohio to visit train derailment site, while Biden goes to Europe. Protesters block coal train in Amsterdam.
Nobody benefits from violence. So any provocation that is going to lead to violence is not going to be in the interest of the citizens. And that was why some policemen were killed. It is in our collective interest to allow these elections to come and go and let there be peace. So we don't need to allow Nigeria to be destroyed. Whoever becomes the president or the governor or the senator or the legislators, we should all support them and in national interest let the country move forward.
Former President Donald Trump arrived in Ohio, where a train carrying toxic chemicals derailed earlier this month in the village of East Palestine. Current President Joe Biden apparently decided to skip the visit to the devastated area, flying to Ukraine and Poland instead. There's a growing frustration from residents and local leaders about the federal government's response to their safety concerns after the incident. Several activists sat on the railroad track and blocked the train carrying coal from departing for 2 hours in Amsterdam in a protest against the use of coal by the Dutch government. Nigeria, Africa's most populous nation, is preparing for presidential election this Saturday, with vote decisions being complicated by multiple crises in the country, from economic troubles to energy issues.
This is a revolution. This election is a revolution. We shall take over from them. They don't want election to take place, but we won't accept. They want to hide under fuel scarcity to cause the crisis, so that there won't be an election.
Let me promise Nigerians that we shall never disappoint you. If you give us your mandate, we promise to live by our promises and have a united country, a peaceful country, that we have a buoyant economy, and we have the best education for our children, and also delegate powers to states and local governments with corresponding resources.
In line with my upbringing, especially my mother's counsel, my promise is that Nigeria's resources will be most prudently used. And as the Commander-in-Chief, I, Peter Obi, sincerely pledge that our pact with Nigeria will be diligently pursued to create a new Nigeria characterised by sustainable and inclusive growth and development.
Sonny Ofehe from the Netherlands is running for governor in a Delta state.
Time as governor, I will ensure that I take at least 35% of poverty and bring them to at least a level that will strengthen the middle class. I will ensure that 1 million people get a minimum of 10,000 naira every month in social benefit.
When I hear middle class here in, like where I come from, the Netherlands, middle class are hardworking people. Most of them has little businesses. Because it's a way of life. For Nigeria, it would be something new. So what I'm trying to get at is how you're gonna reach them to get into that mindset, what is needed to have a community of the middle class.
Well, it's simple. You know, we're not going to struggle with that because the average Nigerian is intellectually very sound, irrespective of his academic background.
Yeah.
My state has the highest number of tertiary institutions in Nigeria. What that simply means is that we are the most intellectually sounded people in that country. I take pride in that. That's one. And then secondly, when I want to build my middle class, I'm not going to compete with the European standard. But by middle class in my state, I mean that you will gainfully be employed. You will receive in salary what will be sufficient for you to not just take care of yourself, but will be sufficient for you to afford a car, to afford the simple basic things of life, to afford at least, even if you cannot buy the house completely, my government will support you in a way that we will set up low-cost housing for our civil servants. We will retrain them, and then we will give them an opportunity to gradually choose whether they want to ease themselves from working as civil servant to becoming entrepreneurs.